Hello, I'm Stephen Monteith, aka the Paper Mage, founder of Fourth Day Universe, and I want to welcome you to the 5th Annual Fourth Day Universe Awards, Video Game Edition. Now, this is a show dedicated to honoring the best video games of 2014. I have a small confession to make, first of all. I haven't actually played any of the video games on this list. None of the video games that came out last year I have played at all. None of them. You might be wondering what makes me qualified to give out awards for the best video games if I haven't played any of these. Well, first of all, I didn't pick these ones. The fans did. You did. You voted for these, presumably, on our website. The ballots have been up for over a month now, and we actually got a bigger response than we expected to. I just want to thank all of the people who voted. It's really great to see the turnout for each of these editions of our award show. And you have picked the best sci-fi video games, the best fantasy video games, the best horror, the best video games for younger players. Anything that came out last year, you voted on it. Now, the other thing is at Fourth Day Universe, our mission is to spotlight science fiction and fantasy. It's to say, you know, we should all be taking another look at these things, at these books, at these movies, at these TV shows, and we should be examining them for more than just what's on the surface. A lot of people think of science fiction and fantasy as pure escapism. Now, there's escapism everywhere, you know? I mean, you don't need to write a story about a princess in a castle. You certainly don't need to play a video game about rescuing a princess from a castle in order to escape from life. But science fiction, fantasy, seem to do that quite a bit more than other genres do. They seem to help take us away. And a lot of people think that that's its primary function. A lot of people think it's its only function. But there's a lot more to it than that. There's a lot more to science fiction and fantasy than just escaping life. It can teach us about life. As I say a lot of times, science fiction is the search for truth, not fact. It's a way to explore the possibilities of the impossible. By putting something impossible up on the screen, or on the page, or, you know, in your hands while you're playing these video games, you can find out a lot more about life than you can just by putting something mundane up there. As one person put it, I didn't spend my entire life playing Dungeons and Dragons and not learn a little something about courage. Now, I don't want to get too sappy here. I don't want to get, you know, too far off base. We are talking about video games here. And it's been debated, and it will continue to be debated, what the actual value of video games in our lives is. Is it just escapism? Is it just, you know, spending a few minutes or a few hours or a few days, or however long you spend in front of the TV playing the game? It's not just an escape from life. Sometimes it can be about more than that. Is it art? Is it intelligent writing? Is it an intelligent world building? And that's why we have awards for the best video game universe, the best plot. You know, these things speak to deeper cores, deeper efforts into creating something new and exciting and incredible. Now, we also like to spotlight originality, which is why we have the best original video game category. We like to talk about the different branches of the impossible, which is why there's a best sci-fi category, best fantasy category, etc. And hopefully, you know, as time goes on, we'll be able to do even more things with the Video Game Uni Awards. In future years, we have a lot more plans. I don't want to get into all of them here. But for now, let's just talk about who the winners were this year. For the best science fiction video game of 2014, the winner is Titanfall. It narrowly edged out Star Wars: The Old Republic, Shadows of Revan. And that's great because Titanfall is it's a new game. It's an original game. It has an original plot. I mean, it's a little bit derivative, but whatever. It's something new. You know, maybe we'll see a franchise built around it. It may never be as big as Star Wars, but you know, Assassin's Creed and Warcraft are getting their own movies. You know, maybe someday there will be a Titanfall movie or a Titanfall TV show. The point is, something came out this last year that was new, that was original. It was a video game. You voted on it. You thought it was even better than Star Wars in this particular aspect. And again, congratulations Titanfall for winning Best Sci-Fi Video Game of 2014. Best Fantasy. It was actually, this is the only tie that we had this year, and it's kind of interesting because it was actually a three-way tie between World of Warcraft, Warlords of Draenor, Middle-earth, Shadows of Mordor, and Bayonetta 2. Now, none of these were original. They were all, you know, based on previously released games or franchises. And I thought it was pretty interesting to have them all just in such a dead heat with each other for, you know, the duration of the voting period. And again, I hardly feel qualified, but since I am the founder and since it's my call to break all the ties, I'm going to have to go with Middle-earth, Shadows of Mordor. Congratulations! You know, you won Best Fantasy Video Game, according to me. Now, Best Horror category. The winner was Dark Souls 2, and the runner-up was Five Nights at Freddy's. Now, I will not be playing Five Nights at Freddy's. Personally, I don't like jump scares, and I've seen the videos. You know, it seems like I'm sure it's scary as crap, but I'm not going to play it. But I did make a promise that I would play Dark Souls 2. I made it to a friend, so keep your eyes open. You're going to be seeing me put up my own Let's Play video. I'm going to be playing Dark Souls 2. Best video game for younger players, it was it was a race between Lego The Hobbit and Mario Kart 8. Now, personally, I would have preferred Mario Kart 8 won, but Lego The Hobbit won, and I'm fine with that. You know, Legos have proven to be, you know, not just effective little plastic toys, but they've been building up their own universe. Lego Movie came out last year. I loved it. It was fantastic. And who knows, maybe a Lego Hobbit movie will be up on the big screen, and we'll get to see both franchises continue even longer. Best online game, again, it was kind of a race between World of Warcraft, Warlords of Draenor, and Dark Souls 2. Now, a lot of people love these games, obviously. Warlords of Draenor, in the end, won out. So, congratulations, best online video game, Warlords of Draenor. Now, the best original went to Titanfall. Again, you know, a new property, a new intellectual property has come out, and they took a chance on it. The video game manufacturers, they took a chance on a new video game, and it seemed to pay off. A lot of fans really seem to love it. Maybe I'll do a Let's Play video of me playing Titanfall, because I find it pretty interesting myself, what they've done with this particular video game. Best video game plot was Middle-earth, Shadows of Mordor. And I have to say that's why I picked it for Best Fantasy Video Game, because it did so well in this other category. You know, we like to think of video games as having very basic, very simple plots. You know, you start at one end of the screen, you make it to the other end of the screen, you smash the baddies, you save the princess from the castle. But it doesn't always have to be that way. There can be good writing. There can be, you know, good interaction between whoever's playing the game and the characters in the game. There can be good plots for video games. And that's something that we at Fourth Day, like to point out to people. Not every game, we've come a long way since Pong. Not every game has to have, just back and forth, you and the computer fighting each other. There can be some intellectual stimulation behind it as well. And the best video game universe, this one wasn't even a contest. World of Warcraft, Warlords of Draenor. It had a huge first step. It had a huge head start, I should say, because the World of Warcraft universe has been building for so long. They've had, so much time to get this done. But Warlords of Draenor, I think the expansion of it has a lot of its own merit, possibly. I did think about disqualifying it just because it's, just a branch off of the bigger World of Warcraft one, but whatever. You obviously thought Warlords of Draenor stood on its own, so like I said, I left it up to the fans. And you voted, you decided, and these are your winners. Titanfall wins for sci-fi, great new intellectual property. Got Middle-earth Shadows of Mordor, Dark Souls 2, Lego The Hobbit, Warlords of Draenor. You've done really well at this edition of the Fourth Day Universe Awards. Congratulations to the video game developers, to everybody who worked on them, to everybody who bought them and played them. Obviously, you have really good taste. And thank you once again for voting. Thank you for watching this video. And keep your eyes open in the future. We're not going to be doing a literature edition of the unis this year, but we will be doing a television edition, coming this fall. So keep visiting our website, keep playing video games, and thank you once again.